Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I brought on a good friend and old coaching client of mine, Max. Max is basically someone who runs an agency in the German space, actually, like the German market. So I think he will be able to bring some really good insights for not only those who are in some sort of a non-English speaking market, but also those who are trying to run an agency while in university, because Max built up his agency from scratch while he was still in university. So thank you so much for coming on this call, Max.
Hi Vince, yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, awesome. So I would say let's start basically with kind of your story. So first, I want you to take me back a little bit to before we first met, like what were you doing kind of, when we first met? I think we started working together in the beginning of last summer or so. Can you take me back? What were you doing before? How did you kind of find out about me and kind of like our coaching program with Greg? And also, how did things go from there?
Yeah, okay, let me start from the very beginning. So I was actually during COVID, I was in Cape Town for almost 6 months and working already remote because I got a pretty nice job from a friend of mine, like from his dad. And yeah, it was also very convenient at that time with making money online. And then I got into YouTube, was doing some research on how to make money online on my own, to not be employed. And I came across Iman Gaji actually and watched a couple of his videos. And like the key point was when I was hiking a mountain, I actually met him. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, I met him and saw him, and I thought, okay, I know this guy from YouTube. Maybe that's a sign from I don't know. So that was the key point where everything changed, and I actually booked his course and got into the online agency space, and did his whole course, and also started was wanted to do Facebook ads, and yeah, really quickly recognized it's already it's hard to get into it, and was texting with a few guys from the network there, and I just saw the opportunity in the content creation space is better at this point, or it's easier to get into it. And then one guy sent me a video of yours, so yeah, I watched a few videos of yours, and then yeah, I booked a call with you, and that's how it all started.
Yeah, I remember actually pretty vividly. And before you kind of started working with me and Greg, did you manage to land any clients for the Facebook service or not? Not yet.
No, I did some research, but some outreach, but yeah, the response rate was not that good, and I didn't feel too prepared because I didn't have like anybody like a one-on-one call or something, and that was very attractive with your offer. It was like very directly, and yeah, I felt very safe, and the information you provided, and yeah, that was like the main.
Yeah. So like the thing is, yeah, that's something I see a lot of times is I also actually, funny enough, started out by buying a course, and I also bought Iman's course, like one of his first ones, like 4 years ago. And to be honest, I think courses are good to kind of get your feet wet and get to know a little bit more about how the model works. But a lot of times you don't get that kind of support, that or like customized support. And also you don't really get accountability. So like even with you, what we did is, we built out a new offer for you together in this creative space. And we also made sure that you actually implemented what we talked about, right? It wasn't just information, which I think is huge. Like a lot of people overestimate the value of information, which, I mean, it's important, but it's just as important, if not way more, to make sure that you actually do something with that, right? So yeah. Now, take us back. How long did it take you to land your first client after you joined?
I think 2 months, maybe 1.5 or 2 months. It didn't take too long because I think I had the advantage that I already set everything up and already did an online course, and was ready to go for it, but yeah, I didn't have like the knowledge how to reach out, and did need the accountability. So I think maybe 2 months. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember the feeling when you got your first client, and also like how you got it, like in that 1.5 months or so? What were you doing to land clients? And yeah, how did you end up landing that first one, and how did it feel?
Yeah, so I set up an email campaign with Greg and did some email outreach, and yeah, just shoot out a lot of messages, like every day at least 20 or to 30 messages, and yeah, did get quite a lot of responses because I think the script was very good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, then one client was very interested, and I provided some free work for him. I think that's like the most important thing at the beginning, that you have to give them a lot of free value and don't charge. I know a lot of people say, okay, don't work for free, but for me it worked perfectly fine. Like, don't do too much, like a whole month full time for free. But I did like 4 videos, and did those for free, and he was satisfied. And then yeah, I closed the first client, and I know the feeling was insane, because I've seen those videos, how to make money online, and over the past years, and I was always skipping by or just watching it quickly, and I didn't believe it. And that's where my mindset also shifted towards, it's actually, yeah, very doable. And I know I jumped when I saw the first transaction on my, I got the first notification on my phone, and yeah, saw the first money come in. I jumped from my chair, my heart was beating. It was insane. It was crazy, because it was also the first time I made money on my own, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was a very special feeling.
Yeah, it's I think it's definitely huge. Like I remember the first money I made online was like $50 or something super
Mhm.
low like that, but it just really like broke a limiting belief, because it's like different. It's not even about the amount of money, but it's just the fact that it's possible to make money online and to do it on your own. I think it's an amazing feeling for sure. Do you remember like how much was that first retainer for?
Yeah, it was 900 euro,
Mm-hmm.
and I was quite surprised, because my offer was, I switched the offer, like from the YouTube offer to just short form content, because I saw that the short form content was getting more popular and popular, and then I just provided short form videos. And the cool thing was, I immediately looked up at Upwork, and could find a contractor. And at the end, because I couldn't do the skill, I didn't have any video editing skills, nothing. So I got the contractor on the one side, and like the client on the other side, and in the end I made, I think, about 500 profit. So yeah, just
Yeah.
for texting a little bit, and not even doing any video editing, was pretty decent money.
Yeah, definitely. Especially again, you are still in college, right? And you still are technically, and you were doing like online school though, right? It was like COVID time still,
Yeah,
or
when we started, I
kind of
got back.
out getting out of COVID at that time, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So when we started, uni began again. So it started again at the campus.
Yeah, and to be able to actually land that first client, aside from, um, like, I kind of want to, give people a little bit more value who are just starting out. Like, what do you feel like were the biggest skills you had to learn, or that you improved on in our coaching, kind of, to be able to actually land that first client? Because, like, obviously, one part of it, which most people lack, is just getting enough responses, getting enough meetings, which is what we solved by launching that email campaign for you and all that. We also created an offer for you that was like more in demand, or like easier to sell than the original Facebook ad offer you had. But then what else was there? Do you think you had to like improve on sales, or was there any like soft skills kind of you had to learn? So like if someone's just starting out, right? What do you think are the biggest things they should focus on? Or even if they're not completely starting out, maybe just have a couple of clients, like what do you think are the best things to focus on to learn if they are trying to grow?
Yeah, definitely the copywriting. The email campaign helped me a lot. I think it was great what Greg provided, and the soft skills like the communication, the first impression with the client is like, it's very important to not be like stiff and just read the script. You have to be like open and just relaxed, and just it's just like a normal conversation, and then the client will also feel good about it, and that's like the main thing. And you guys also helped me to work on my soft skills and yeah.
Thank you. And what do you think about the fact that, obviously, like, we could only help you in English. So, like, we were giving you the scripts and stuff like that in English. So how did you go about translating it to German, and did you find it still, like, easily applicable to German market? Or, like, yeah, because, there are a lot of people, obviously, who are not from English-speaking countries, myself included, but I just was, I was, like, born in Hungary, so I couldn't really sell at good rates in Hungary because it's a lower GDP country. But, there are a lot of good countries like Germany, even Spain, or, like, the Spanish-speaking market is great. There are a lot of great countries where the main language is not English, but you could still build a successful agency there. So what's your advice to anyone who's, trying to build an agency and not English, but can only learn for English? How did you go about kind of like implementing all that stuff you learned and translating it to the German market?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I could almost copy the script and just translated it. It was pretty much the same. I just think the outreach method is different. In for example, English speaking countries, you can be more aggressive on the outreach, but for example in Germany it's way more valued if you do it in a personalized way, and don't come up with that many follow-up emails, and just focus on quality instead of quantity. Definitely. But yeah, I could actually just take your script and translate it, and worked out pretty good.
Oh, that's great to hear. I actually wasn't sure about that, like how you went about doing that. So, cool. Obviously, you didn't just like put it into Google Translate, but like actually,
No, yeah.
like rewrote it kind of for yourself. But yeah, cool. And about after getting that first client, at that point, did you even have like a website, landing page, or nothing?
Not a real website. I think that's also a very important thing at the beginning. Really don't focus on the website. Just get started. Like, set up your company, and so you can write the invoices. But just get started. Do the outreach, and don't focus too much on the branding at the beginning or anything, because it will take too much time. So I was doing my website, and it's kind of fun because you feel motivated, and you're building your first website and all that stuff. But it's really not that important at the beginning to build that out. I would say it's like the most important thing at the beginning is to just do high volume outreach and get started.
Yeah, or if you are going to build something, just build a simple VSL landing page in like something like Card, which is, I mean, Card is like literally $15 a year. It's like $1 a month. You can put it together in 3 hours max, and that's going to be more than sufficient for most of you guys. So yeah, that's a really good point, I think, is to not spend too much time on that. Cool. Now, how did you go about landing your second and third client after that? Like, did you change anything or just do more of what worked already?
Yeah, I just did more outreach, and I mean, it's also just a process of learning. I had a few calls and that didn't work out because I just didn't sell it that well, or I wasn't confident enough. So it just takes time. But once you land your first client, it definitely gets easier because you can provide your previous work, and it's just, it's way easier. And have to keep the high volume, and then the clients will come. Just don't stop.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, is that a lot of people, a big mistake they make, and I made this as well, is once they land their first 1 or 2 clients, they stop the outreach, right? They stop what got them the success initially, which is something you definitely don't want to do. Like, just keep doing the actions that got you that initial success, And did you end up raising your prices over time after that
Definitely,
first client?
definitely, yeah, I almost doubled the price. Um, Definitely. So once you have your first referrals or your first clients, you can just also come up with the numbers that you provided for the clients. Like the first one, I think we got him a brand new TikTok account, and in the first 2 to 3 months, we got him 10K subscribers.
Wow.
So yeah, and then once you have those numbers, you can just talk about the new with the new clients about that, and they will have way more trust in you, and that's a huge step to close more clients once you
Yeah.
have those numbers.
So you did get like a good amount of clients from referrals as well, right?
Yeah.
So do you have any tips, I guess, for people on how to get more referrals? Because like they are the best clients because you don't need to
Yeah.
work extra hard for them to, or like you don't need to send a ton of outreach to get referrals. So yeah, did you have any sort of like referral structure or anything, or it's literally just providing a great service so they recommend it to others?
The main point is to provide a great service. So I got one or two. Just I didn't even ask for anything. They just said, okay, I have like another client or a friend of mine. He's also looking for short form content. You're doing great work. Yeah, I could connect you guys. So I think it's you should always try to almost over deliver, especially yeah, actually always just try to over deliver. Put something, a cherry on top, so that the client is always satisfied. And if you I just saw a video from Alex Hormozy, I think, by the way, he has like the best tips on sales and everything.
Yeah.
So you would just, yeah, go to the client and ask him, or even at the beginning, you can just say, I'll give you a discount 10-15% if you can refer me another client, and he will get a discount as well. So I think that's also a great strategy to just do outreach by referrals if you got your first client.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I got almost all of my referrals just by providing good work, satisfaction, and that's the way.
So
Yeah.
how did you go about that? Because you said you didn't really know much video editing at all in the beginning when you started, right? So did you end up learning more about how short form content works and how content marketing works in general? If you did, where did you learn it? Because that's something not we don't go super deep on the service delivery with our program.
Yeah.
Because we mainly just teach you like how to get clients, how to close more, how to build an offer, how to do your email campaigns, right? Like that's the problem we solve. We don't really, if we need something help with service delivery, like we can help, but that's not the main thing. So where did you learn how to deliver a great service? Where did you find those people that can help you deliver a great service? Because I think that's again, one of the most important parts of the whole equation.
Yeah. So it's just YouTube. I searched for how to do Alex Hormozy style shorts, because I think he is still doing one of the best short form contents. Like they look pretty high quality and very engaging. And at that time, everybody was just using those softwares where you can just transcribe your video, and yeah, it's not special. And that was also the kind of unique selling point at my offer, I told the clients, if you work with me, you're getting like very high quality videos, and you will be different than the others. You're not using those auto transcripted videos. You will stand out from everybody and look like a professional from the beginning of the rise of short form content. So I did some research on YouTube, and I think his name was Ryan Collins. It's a guy from UK, and he actually provided a free course on Skillshare. So I did like a week or 2 weeks of I did that course completely, and yeah, just put a lot of work in it. And I mean, it's a free course, and I got the skill in 2 weeks, I would say. And was able to charge people like 1.5k to 1.8k for 30 videos. So just from a skill that I learned in 2 weeks, it's actually insane what you can achieve in such a short time.
Well, shout out to Ryan Collins then.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. One more thing I wanted to talk about is kind of like, managing, building an agency and university at the same time, because I know a lot of people who will kind of use being in school as an excuse not to get started or as an excuse why they cannot scale. But, in a pretty short time, I know your biggest month was like over 8,000 euros, right? So
Yeah.
like, that's really good. And, you've been up there pretty consistently, even if not every month was there, like you got definitely a really good, like, especially, I think even in Germany, the average job makes like 2,000 a month, right? Or something like that,
Yeah.
euros. And you definitely did more than that pretty much every month, I would
Yeah.
assume, right? So, like, how did you go about managing those two things, university and building the agency? And what do you recommend to all the guys who are, still in university, still in high school, and they want to build a business as well on the side?
Yeah, just get as fast done with university as possible. I was really regretting it that I didn't take the first 2 to 3 years that seriously in uni. So I was actually very annoyed to still have to go to university, but that's also what made me motivated to finish it in now. And yeah, the key part is discipline. Just discipline. I woke up every morning at 7, I would say 7 a.m. and went to the gym even before uni. Then got back, went to university, and after that I did all the work. So yeah, you definitely have to put some priorities first, and didn't have that much time to hang out with friends or anything. But if you set your priorities and just have your schedule and stick to it, it's crazy what you can achieve. And even I'm not the biggest multitasking fan, but it can work out. So I almost put all my effort in the agency and just did the most important, like the lowest work at university I could do to just pass everything, I must admit. But my priority was to grow the agency, and it's just all about discipline. But it's very hard because the mindset of the people in uni is so different. Like everybody just wants to drink,
Party.
party,
Yeah.
yeah. And if you talk to people, everybody says, "Yeah, after uni, I want to start this business." And everybody's just talking, 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 but nobody is executing. So it was hard to connect with people there with the same mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Even though I never been to uni, I can totally see that happening. So what do you say are like, I think mindset, as cliche as it is, it does play a huge role because that's what, your perspective, your mindset is what allowed you to even be that disciplined throughout this whole thing. So I guess I have two follow-up questions to that. One is, was it worth it, to make some sacrifices and do all this while in uni and not go to every party? And second of all, like, what do you think are the biggest mindset shifts you had in the last year that allowed you to build this business? Or what do you think are your kind of different worldviews that allowed you to do this, compared to everyone else in there?
Yeah, it was definitely worth it, 100%. I mean, I didn't cut like everything. I could have done way more, I must admit, for work for the agency, but I could still balance everything. I still had some time for friends, for my girlfriend, of course, and uni and work. So it's really not that hard. It's for me just all about discipline as an entrepreneur. Just stick to your schedule and keep grinding every day, even when you feel like the worst. That's where you do the biggest progress. When you feel like, okay, now today I don't want to do anything, and then you do the work afterwards, you will feel great. It's the same with hitting the gym. Just keep going, and that's the way to go. And also I think it's very helpful to have like an accountability partner, or like you guys. What I really liked about your service was you followed up even when I think like the offer or what we had was 3 to 4 or 5 calls. And then I thought, okay, we'll be finished, and then I have to do everything on my own. But you guys, yeah, just reached out every month or so, and also kept me accountable, and yeah, also have people around you that keep pushing you. Like, I have to give a shout out to my girlfriend, for example, because it's an up and down all the time, and at one time I lost a client, and then I was like, okay, should I change everything I do, or should I stop it? And then she said, no, keep going, and then like 1 week after that, I closed a new client. So it's just, you have to keep yeah, sticking to it, and yeah, have that winner mentality, and also the momentum. I didn't really think about it, but the momentum is crazy. Like, at one day everything is shit and everything goes down, and then on the other day, I don't know, I remember just like a few months ago, I passed like several exams where I thought, okay, I would never pass them, and then also closed the client all on one day. So sometimes it can just go all the way up, and then on the other day it can also come down. But yeah, you just have to be consistent, and yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I totally agree that also having like those supportive people in your life is so important. Like, if you have them, just appreciate them, spend time with them. Don't sacrifice everything for work. Like, you would regret it if you died tomorrow. And if you don't have those people yet, then actually make an effort to, go into communities where there are like-minded people, to meet some other people who, are on a similar like mission as you and have a similar mindset. And if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend who's like, supporting you, who wants the best for you, just like appreciate the hell out of that. Because like, I actually never shared this anywhere. I don't know if I will make a video on it or not, but like last week this week, I think it was, last week Sunday, so like a week ago, I had a really bad car accident. Actually on like the highway, where I crashed at like, I don't know, in like 150 kilometers an hour or something like that. And like, I'm so lucky because I didn't get hurt at all. But like, all I could think about after that was, and I basically totaled the car, right? And like, I didn't care about the money that I lost in the car. Didn't give a fuck. All I cared about was like the people I spent time with, the people who love me, and also the work I did and the clients I helped. Like, those are the only things that really matter, I think, are your loved ones, your work, and like make sure that you are doing something that's valuable and meaningful, and like also working on yourself, going to the gym, learning, stuff like that. Like, these are the things you won't regret spending time on, but you will probably regret spending, like, the thing I regret was like spending time on TikTok and like consuming stupid shit,
Delete social media.
Or like, going to parties where I actually didn't even want to be there. I just went there because I was like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do, and like hanging around people you don't even want to be around, right? So yeah, I know that's a bit deep, got pretty dark real quick, but I think it's worth sharing. And also, guys, don't speed if it's raining, because it's a very stupid way to die. Like, yeah, it's a lesson I had to learn on my own skin. So, yeah. Anyways, I think this is a good spot to end this one here. So, thank you so much, Max, for sharing your story here, and coming on the channel. I think you shared some really good like golden nuggets here and there for the audience. So, yeah, do you have anything else you want to share before we wrap up?
Yeah, just keep up the grind. Focus on nutrition, gym, the people around you, and yeah, you will definitely succeed.
Lovely. So yeah, I will leave Max's Instagram in the description below. I don't know if you have a YouTube channel now or not. If you do, I will leave that below as well.
Yeah, one, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will leave that below as well. And yeah, again, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you.